Here is an example of algebraic indices work from WASSCE 2020 Mathematics. That's West African Senior School Certificate Examination 2020. Now, here is another example. If you are here to see my full tutorial video on algebraic indices, go to my YouTube channels or my Facebook page. But I will advise you to subscribe on my YouTube channels or and click on the notification bar, or you follow me on my Facebook page to receive tutorial updates on subject matter on any course, any subject in mathematics, physics, or chemistry. Now let's represent this function with a variable. Let's call it a times this with another variable b. Now all will be raised to 1/3. Now let's start with variable a. Let's solve the value in a. Resolving it, we have a is equal to, what is the value? That's 16/9 all raised to power, we have -3/2. Now from here, you should note this. If you see my tutorial video, you'll be able to understand this better. When you have a power having a fraction or an exponent which is a fraction, the denominator will become the n root of the number Like for example, here the denominator, which is 2, will become the square root of 16/9, and that will be a is equal to square root of 16/9 all raised to power -3. Why do you have -3 left? Because 2 has become square root, n root of what? Of 16/9. Now let's continue. Then our a is equal to, what is the square root of 16? Square root of 16 is equal to 4 over square root of 9 is equal to 3. Now that will be all raised to power -3. Now let's come back to a, will then be what? This is another thing to take note. This is minus. Minus in indices will become what? An inverse of the number, and that will be 1/4/3 all raised to power 3. All raised to power 3, because the minus has become an inverse. Then what will now be the final value for a? A will be equal to, now the inverse of 4/3 will be what? 3/4. That will be 3/4, then all raised to power 3. Now come here, we have our a to be 3 raised to power 3 over 4 raised to power 3, and our a will become 3 times 3 times 3 over 4 times 4 times 4, and a is equal to 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27, then you have 27 over 4 times 4 is 16, 16 times 4 is 64. Now we've gotten the part of a. Now let's go to b. Is equal to 16, that's 16 raised to power -3/4, -3/4. That's what we are resolving for b. Now let's go. Then b will become, now I told you the denominator will become the n root of the number. Then we have our denominator here to be 4. Then it will be 4th root fourth root of 16. Fourth root of 16 all raised to power minus 3. All raised to power minus 3. That's minus 3. Now you have your, what will be the fourth root of 16? The fourth root of 16, b, is equal to, the fourth root of 16 is 2. Gotten from 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That's 2 raised to power 4, 16. Then you have your fourth root of 16 to be 2. All raised to power minus 3. B will be equal to, now our minus here stand for inverse of this number, and that will be 1 over 2 raised to power 3, because the minus has gone to be 1 over, stands for inverse of 2. Now we have our b now to be equal to 1 over, we have 2 times 2 times 2. Then our b is equal to, we have 1 over 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2, 8. Now we have the value for b and a. Now multiplying the two variables from the functions we have here, we have our, multiplying the two variables, we have a times b all raised to power, we have 1 over 3. Now what is our a? Our a is 27 over 64 times, what is our b? Our b is 1 over 8. All raised to power, we have 1 over 3. Now let's multiply. You can as well multiply the number, and that will give us 27 times 1 over 64 times 8. All raised to power 1 over 3. Now our answer will be 27 times 1 is 27 over 64 times 8 is 502, all raised to power 1 over 3. Now this is another power having a fraction, having its number to be in fraction. Now the denominator here will be the n roots of this number here. Now this will now result into cube roots of 27 over cube roots, that will be 3. Then you have your final answer. What is the cube root of 27? Cube root of 27 is 3, and cube root of 508. Now our value and our result, final answer, is 3 over 8. Now this question, when you simplify this, you are to have your answer to be 3 over 8. Thank you.